All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ron, and today we got the Huawei Pura X Max. These names are killing me these days because I just look at so many of these different phones. But anyway, I finally got it in the mail. But to be honest, I got it in the mail yesterday, and I've set it up and everything. But I just want to kind of go through and do like a little unboxing, just so you guys see what that looks like, and then talk about the device itself and what it was like setting it up, and a couple of things that I tried during the setup that actually failed. But let's get into it. All right, so over to the right of the box, you'll see that I have the Huawei Mate 70 Air. Trying to remember all these names. But yeah, and I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to tell you why that I had the device over here. So first things first, you'll see that there's no plastic wrapping or anything because I bought this device pre-owned from another YouTuber because I just did not want to spend that full amount on this device. It was just, this thing is just too expensive to get brand new. But yeah, here's the device. I'm going to see if I tap screen, it'll turn it on. You see I have a wallpaper, I have a setup and everything. Like I said, I've gone through, I spent a little time with it. I just didn't have a ton of time to spend with it yesterday, but I did get it set up kind of. So that's the device. We're going to sit it over to the right for just a moment, and we're going to do like a little quick unboxing. So over to the left, you have your SIM tool here, your SIM ejection tool. You have your charging brick in here, and if it's Huawei, it should be like a 66 watt charging brick. Yep, 66 watt. And you got your charging cable here. And I think that is USB-C to USB-C. Yep, USB-C, USB-C. All right, let's go ahead and box that back up. Put that away because I already have a Huawei charger over there. Like I said, I have the Huawei Mate 70 Air, this is the device that made me buy this phone. Just go ahead and follow through because I enjoy Huawei's software and hardware so much that it just made me even more curious about this one. All right, so right here you have your hard plastic case here. All right. I actually like these. They do tend to scratch up fairly easily or whatever, but I like them. I mean, it's better than getting nothing, which is what we get here in the US. So I'm cool with it. Let's put that back in. Maybe I should leave it out because I may pop it on later. But anyway, that's the unboxing. Like I said, pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. If it'll let me close it back up and get on with the rest of the review. I don't know if my mic is picking it up or not, but it is thundering, it's storming here. So hopefully everything stays working for long enough for me to finish this first look. All right, put that box back together, put the device on top. So like I said, I haven't set up a lock screen or anything on here because I really don't have anything on here worth locking, honestly. So I went through to set up the device yesterday. And like I said earlier in the video, I wanted to tell you guys that since I had this device here, I was just going to go through and do like a little setup and just transfer everything over to the device and have it working. That failed over and over again during the process. And I tried to record a video yesterday, but I just kept getting pulled away. So I had to stop and come back and do it today. But yeah, I'm going to pop a little video up just so you guys can see that that was failing over and over again. I don't know what that was about, but I just ended up going in and setting the device up from scratch, and it was fine. Everything worked outside of that. I really want to try to go back and figure that out, but I may do that at a later time, see what was going on there. But otherwise, my SIM card is not in here yet. I don't have any either of these devices because I'm testing other devices right now. So, but just full transparency, I have T-Mobile and I have an AT&T SIM card, and both of those work in these devices. I've tested in the Huawei Mate 70 Air. I haven't tested on here, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. But I'll go ahead and test it just so I can say for sure that it'll work. But both SIM cards worked in here, so no issues there. You don't get 5G here in the US, so you do get 4G, but it's really good 4G. Of course, the speeds won't compare to 5G, but if you're on Wi-Fi, which I am most of the time, you're getting great speeds. But other than that, the software itself is really, really good. I'm going to open some social media and hopefully nothing crazy pops up. I'm going to close everything just so you guys see how everything opens. So let's talk about software really quick and just talk about Google Apps. You'll notice, and I talked about it on May 7th era, but for people that may have not seen that video, you'll notice that there are some little airplane icons, and that's because it is using Easy Abroad to is a like a middleman between the Google services and Huawei, and so it's using kind of like a pass through. So with that being said, if you move the apps out of this folder, they'll go in, they'll show that little airplane icon. Just make sure that you're fully aware at all times that it is using Easy Abroad as a pass through. With that being said, though, you'll see I got a notification there. It works, but it won't show the details. And for some apps, it shows details. Some it does not. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, anyway, what you will need is when you're doing the setup, you're going to need a Huawei ID. You need to get, I really, really strongly recommend you set up your Huawei ID on a computer using an email address, because Huawei does not recognize, if you try to set it up by a phone number, it does not recognize phone numbers outside of China. It needs a China mainland phone number. Use your email address. That way you have a little more freedom to do what you need to do. So once you do that, you're going to go into the app gallery, and let me go ahead and turn that one off so that I'm not distracted. And you're going to search for any Google app. So I would just type in Google, and the first app that comes up, I'll just install the basic Google app, and it's going to prompt you to, hey, you need to also install Easy Abroad. You go ahead and do that, but you have to be logged into your Huawei ID first. And once you do that, everything will start working. You open the Google app, it'll prompt you for your Google credentials. And what it'll do is once you pop in those credentials, it'll use those credentials. It stores those in Easy Abroad, and it uses those to verify you across the Google suite. And that's how you'll log into each and every one of the Google apps. So once you get past that process, things become a little more smoother, and then you can just go into Easy Abroad. I have it saved there just so I can easily access it. And you can just go in, type in Google, and it'll bring up a lot of the Google apps. And you can just go in and start installing those and setting them up and everything. And everything works fairly smoothly, actually. My only, but you know what? Let me show you guys the how they open up and how they work. I need to catch up. Yeah, I was watching Shane's video. I need to finish watching that. My YouTube is out. My kid has my YouTube all over the place. I got NSYNC popping up and everything. But yeah, you saw how quickly the app opened up. And you know what? Let me show you the multitasking. So I could do split screen or multitask view. So if I do multitask view, I can go in and I can open, let's say I want to open Threads. All right. And let's go in and let's add another app. And you see it changes the button to an ad. And let's do Instagram. All right. Let's see if it lets us add another one. See, the ad is grayed out, so you can only do 3 apps at a time. So you can click through those. And then let's say I want to do, you can do swap. Or you could change that app to another app. And let's go there. Let's see. Go there. So there's some good stuff here. I mean, the software, and you can tell I'm clicking on everything, and everything is working really, really smoothly. And you can save the combo. Because I'm not sure that that's the combo I want up there, but let's go ahead and click full screen, and you see how that pops up. Really nice. So the software is really, really smooth. I mean, I have no complaints about it outside of the apps not being fully installed on the device. And that's where my first gripe is going to come in. Probably my only gripe, but it's also a big gripe. So since the apps, so this is Google Messages. This is what I use as my default messaging app, because I like to take advantage of like all the RCS features that come with it. But I cannot set that as my default app because the device does not recognize it as a fully installed app. And now let me show you what I mean. I like visuals. So let me show you guys that. So default app, Let's see, default browser. See, I I have Chrome installed, but it doesn't even recognize that it's fully installed. So I can't change Chrome to my default app. Default email app, I have Gmail installed. It won't recognize it. So I can't even take advantage of the full RCS suite. I can't set default apps and things like that because they're not fully installed. Everything is using easier browser pass through. So therein lies another issue where if you download a wallpaper in Chrome, the device does not recognize it. So yeah, you can't set it as a wallpaper or anything like that. It had to use the default browser to pull in like this wallpaper that I have in the background. And it's just little things like that that just it just kills the device for me. But I love Huawei's. I love the design of this device. I love them so much that I still try to use them and tinker with them. But as a daily driver in the U.S., this is just a no-go. You just cannot daily drive these devices unless you just really don't care about those things. You're not texting. You use another messaging app as your default app, like Telegram or whatever you may use, WhatsApp, whatever. You may not care about that. But the call quality, when I'm out and about, I mean, like I said, I still got some testing to do. This just the initial thoughts, so on and so forth. But when I was carrying around the Mate Air, the phone quality, the call quality was really good. The signal held up really nicely while I was out and about. Those things worked really well. But yeah, no Android Auto, stuff like that, so that's what kills for me, especially since I'm a heavy Android Auto user. It just, that's what makes this device really hard to be a daily driver for me. But look at this format. Look at this. I love this. This is good. Look how good this device it to me. I know everything is subjective or whatever. I get it. But this device is just a really good looking device to me. I don't know what it is, but it scratches an itch for me. I love it. But let me show you what a video looks like on here. I'm going to turn the audio down. I do not want any strikes. Since I had Shane playing here, Shane Craig playing in the background, talking about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold situation and their speaker layout. Let me go ahead and make this full screen. Look at that. I didn't zoom in. Let me see. Let me go ahead and play it. I have it turned down. Good. You see how little the bars are at the top and bottom of the video? You see how much real estate you have here? Even with, say, I got my Find N6 here. Let me go ahead and show you guys that from device to device. So you see how large those bars are at the top of the video? Even if I were to change the orientation, the bars are still really large. And I even noticed that the video is slightly, no, actually, now that I'm comparing them again, I compared it really quickly yesterday. Actually, they pretty much cover the same area. It may be a little bit wider on the Huawei, but yeah, pretty similar. You see that? You see that little area over to the right of the phone? I have them edge to edge over on the left and a little more area showing over on the right, but it's just a little bit. But the bars are ever so slight. So this is made for media consumption, mainly like video media consumption or whatever. Now, when it comes to social media, let me show you guys that really quickly. Come on, Instagram. Don't be my enemy. Don't show nothing crazy today. So you could rotate it this way and get your media consumption that way. And I mean, like I said, everything's still functioning so smoothly. And you can turn it that way and it cuts some of the video off. I'm so tired of politics. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. But I have to learn so I can know what's going on. So I get it. But yeah, look at that. And if you want to turn that way or this way or whatever. And what I like, which is the opposite of what Shane is complaining about in his video on Samsung right now, I'm going to finish watching that, is they have a speaker to the bottom right of the screen, if I'm holding it in the correct orientation, bottom right, and they have speakers up here to the top left, and they are really, really good. I mean, especially for a foldable. I mean, they're not going to blow you away. Let me see, DMCA. I'm trying not to dig too deep into the video because it's just a first look, but they do a really good job. Look at that layout, and you have all your songs over here and blah, blah, blah. And since there's no lyrics for this or whatever, Ah, look at that. Is it? I mean, that's nice, right? That's nice. Ah, look at that. But of course you can turn it that way, make everything larger right there. And the software is so good, so smooth, so fluid. So let me turn that down. So the speakers are really nice on here. And let me go into the about section of the phone. Oh, I'm already there. Duh. And you can see that I am on a HarmonyOS 6.1.0. And just a step further is 0.117 SP8. This is the 256 gig storage version with the, I think this is the 12 gigs of RAM. So really nice. I mean, it's fine. It's just the smallest of the package or the storage and the RAM that they offer, but it's also the cheapest, which is why I went with it. And which is why I feel like the person I bought it from, I feel like that's why they went with it as well. No, there's no point in spending top dollar on a device that you know you're probably not going to keep. But I think this one is going to stay in my stock. I do have other devices that I'm going to sell, but this most likely will not be one of them. I'm going to keep this. I just love it too much. But yeah, outside of that, the software is really good. I just wish, I don't know, I hope someone comes up with a way to get Google apps to be more integrated into the device. You can set it up to where it's more integrated into the device, but otherwise, I genuinely enjoyed. I love this device. I'm gonna find a way to work it into my daily carry somehow, some way. I got to figure it out because I love it so much. And Huawei being banned here is just so rough. Oh my God, it sucks. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on too much, but I just want to share that it has arrived and I love it. I love it so much. And it's upsetting because I can't fully use it. But anyway, if there's anything you want to see specifically on this device, see me test out or go over in a video or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment down below. And also while you're here, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. It helps me continue bringing these devices to you guys. All right. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.